Welcome everybody. Today we have an open barrel, and so I'm going to start a load of Crazy Lace Agate. We've got a whole mix of them here from different places and different batches. Some of these have already been partially tumbled from different batches that I just didn't move on yet. So hopefully some of these will go a little quicker. But let's load up the barrel. Just show you a few rough pieces I just cleaned off. This one has so many cracks, it's going to be a long time before it's ready. But it's a really cool piece. Guess we'll put in all the previously tumbled pieces, just to give you an idea of what we have. This one's kind of neat. Okay, so I poured them out so I could see everything that's in here. Otherwise, I would just choose the ones that are right on the top. This is a really cool piece. I don't know if you can tell. It's really dark for Crazy Lace. I'm hoping to get some cool effects. You want that one? Mm-hmm. Okay. Choose this piece. Like that. Mm-hmm. This one's really cool. So we'll finish loading up a few more and then we'll get the barrel loaded in just a minute. Okay, so we've got our barrel loaded up. Just want to show you this huge piece that is so cool. It's going to have a lot of different design in it. I'm excited about this one. And then I was going to show you, these are some that I've done from a previous batch that are done with stage 1. So we're just going to automatically move these on and then run them with the polish stages. But this is one of my favorite rocks I've ever tumbled. I'm excited to see how it is done. These are just wet. They're not actually polished. Another really cool piece. So let's get our barrel loaded. I'm going to fill it with water. We'll be right back. Okay, so we've got water just kind of just above most of the rocks and below the big ones. This is a 3-pound barrel, so I'm going to do 3 scoops of 6090 silicon carbide, which is 3 tablespoons. And then this is going to be ran on my National Geographic tumbler, and I'm going to run it on speed 1 for 3 days, and then we'll check on them then. Thanks. Hi everyone, it's been first 3 days on our new batch of Crazy Lace Agates. Got a nice brown slurry. Okay, man, I really love this material. Here's our real big piece. Getting a little less harsh on the edges. Obviously not even in the realm of done. Here's our other fairly large piece. Cleaned up a bit, it's looking cool. Here's one of the ones that have been partially tumbled before. Still not even close. Here's another one that is going to be fairly quick that have been partially tumbled. We still got some issues right here. We'll choose a few more random pieces to look at. Here's one that's miles away. One like this, I'm probably not going to let it get all of these because they're kind of cool. But we'll just see how it goes. Well, this piece might be ready. I am going to go ahead and move. Well, I've got a little tiny spot right here still going, so I'm going to run it for probably 3 more days, and that'll probably be done. It's getting really nitpicky. Same with this one right here, although it has some bigger issues on this side. So I'll go through the rest of these. If there is any done, I'll update you. If not, I'm just going to reload the tumbler with 3 tablespoons of grit, and we'll see you in 3 more days. Okay, it's been 3 more days on the Crazy Lace Agate. What's that?
The only thing I see about him is that some are not all done.
Yeah, most of them aren't going to be close yet. This is such a cool piece, but it is miles from being done.
Yep.
Look at that one. Maybe put it in the barrel. Also a cool, unique piece. And still got some issues. So we'll go through the rest of them off camera. If there's any done, we'll come back and show you. Okay, we had no others done like I expected. We're gonna I'm not even gonna add any more rock. We're still about the right level. So we're just gonna do 3 more scoops of grit and check it in 3 days. Okay, we're at our 3-day check on the Crazy Lace Agate. I believe this is our 3rd cycle. Okay, here's our huge piece. It is so cool. There's just so much going on that's going to be an issue though. It's going to take a very long time. Well, we'll keep it moving on. Here's a big, dark piece. This is pretty unique. I don't know that I've ever seen any that look quite like this. Let's pick a couple more random ones to show. I would be shocked if any are done. That one's obviously got a big hole. Some issues right here too. This one has just one incredible side. So cool, and then this side is terrible. Eventually I'm just going to have to move that on for the one cool side, but not yet. So if there happens to be any done, I'll come back and update you. Otherwise, we'll see you in 3 days for the recheck. So this is a good example to show you. Even though we didn't take out a single rock, we lost a lot of volume in the barrel. So I'm going to choose a few pieces to add to it. We'll show those to you in just a second. Alright, so I've got my box of rough. I'm just going to be choosing a few random pieces out of there. I'll show them to you. I'll put that one in. Another piece. That one's got some potential. Do this little guy. One more small one. This right here. So, I'm just going to add my grit back into this, run for 3 more days, and then we'll see you then. Okay, 3 more days. See how they're looking. Slurry looks good. It's always quite brown with this rock. Alright, so it's coming right along. Looking better every time. But needing a lot of more time every time. Check on these big pieces. They both have a very long way to go still. There's one a little closer to being done, but still got quite a bit of issues here. Let's choose a couple more. I don't expect anything to be done again. So I'm going to go through the rest off camera. If there are any done, I'll come back and show you. Otherwise, I'm just reloading again for 3 more days. All these looking good, but none of them even close. So we'll see you in 3 days. Okay, it's been 3 more days on the Crazy Lace Agate. Pick a few more randoms to look at this week. This one is way cool. Still working on a little crystal pocket right there. A couple issues on this side too. This one has a very long way to go. Huge crystal pocket there. A few of them in this piece, but I'm going to run that quite a bit longer. So as usual, this far along in Crazy Lace, I highly doubt there's any done. If there are, I'll come back and show you, but otherwise we'll just check back in 3 days. Okay, surprisingly, we had 2 small pieces done. I'll show those to you. So, we'll see you in 3 days. Okay, it's been 3 more days on the Crazy Lace. Everything looks good. Look at a small piece here. This one looking good. Still got a long ways to go though. This one's looking really good. Just has a little ways to go, not a long. And we'll finish off with this one. So I'll check the rest here. If there's any done, we'll come let you know. Otherwise, we'll reload for 3 days. Okay, so we had 2 done, and I'll show you why. This one is really cool. And it's not quite perfect. It's got a couple little issues, especially right here, but I'm just afraid if I tumble much more, I'm going to lose this really pretty, cool pink coloring that's in here, and I don't know that I've ever seen that on another rock. So we're going to move that one on. This one has a bunch of big, huge pockets that go really deep into the rock, but the rest of it's smooth and pretty. So we're going to move it on too. You're never going to get rid of all those crystal pockets. We'll see you in 3 more days. Okay, 3 more days on our Crazy Lace Agate. Had a really nasty smell this time. in here. Let's check on. I think this is a pretty new piece. Might be its first cycle, actually. It's got some really cool stuff in it, but has a ways to go. So I'll check the rest of these off camera. Quick view of this one. If anything else is done, we'll come on and show you. Otherwise, just 3 more days in the tumbler. Okay, so we have 3 done actually. One we saw earlier, and then this little tiny guy, which for how small it is really packs a punch. Lots of character here. And then we have this one that looks absolutely terrible, but I'm going to move it on because the other side is incredible and I do not want to lose it. But this side is really cool. Just really, really cool. I don't want to lose all that. So we're moving these 3 on. We'll see you in 3 days. Okay, it's been 3 more days on the Crazy Lace. Okay, let's take a look. One of the dark gray pieces. It's coming along really nicely. Still got just a few little issues. Here's a unique piece. Lots of cool design and differences in here, but still lots of issues. I'm going to try and make this quick so this video isn't ridiculously long. 3 more. That one's really cool, but still has a ways to go. Same here. Same here. Lots of issues on this one. So I'll go through. If there's any done, we'll show you. As always, I'd be a little surprised if there is. But otherwise, we're just going to reload for 3 days. Okay, it's been another 3 days on the Crazy Lace. Alright, let's take a look at our huge piece. It's getting more and more rounded every week. But not ready. Another one of the big pieces. This one actually is getting not close, but kind of close. Maybe a few more rounds. And close, but not ready. So, if I have any done, I'll come back and show you, but as always, otherwise we'll just check back in 3 days. Okay, we're at our 3-day check on Crazy Lace. Some pieces. So this side needs a lot of work. So we're not even close to ready here. This one's got a few rough edges. I'm never going to get rid of that crystal pocket, but I'd like to get the rest a little bit better. So I'll go through, show you at the end any that are done. If there's no done, we're just going to reload and check for you in 3 more days. Okay, so we had one piece done. It's a piece with a giant crystal pocket. So that's never going to get gone. But I think it makes it for a really cool rock, especially on that side. So we're going to reload 3 more days. Alright, it's been 3 more days on the Crazy Lace Agate. Alright. That one's not ready. piece. Still has a long way to go. Excuse my neighbor's dog. It seems like every single video that dog's barking. This is a really cool piece. But as usual, I don't really expect anything to be done. I'll go through here and look. If there is anything done, I'll come back and show you. Otherwise, reload for 3 days. Okay, so we had 2 little pieces done. This one is not, neither one of them is perfect, but they've got little porous holes that I know will go through the rock, and so you're never going to tumble them away completely. This one has some really cool design on this corner here. And then this little guy. So we're just going to reload, check in 3 more days. Okay, we're at a 3-day check. Okay, take a look here. And there's some cool pieces in this batch. Still not even close though. Mandatory check on my huge piece. Also not even close. Choose a couple more here. Still got some big issues. Man, that's a cool piece. Big issues here too. So I'll go through, show you any that are done at the end. If not, we'll just go for 3 more days. Just to show you, it seems like this batch is going really slow. That's because it is, but we do have some. This is everything we've moved on to stage 2. Although, if you remember, a couple pieces were from some previous tumbling. But so far, I think this one is my favorite piece. But we'll check back in a few days. Okay, it's been 3 more days on our Crazy Lace. That is an incredible piece, but is not quite smooth. That one's got the big issue here, obviously. Another really, really cool piece, but still got a lot of rough. So I will go through the rest. We'll just show you the big one. It's kind of a must now. Still have huge issues. That one's obviously never going to be gone, but some of these little ones we can get a little better. So we're going to reload 3 more days. Okay, we had a few pieces done. This one is actually really cool. Tiny guy, and another really cool piece. So we're going to reload, check back later. Okay, it's been 3 more days on our Crazy Lace. It is extra thick. And then okay, let's take a look here. Got a long ways. This one's getting really close, but still got some holes right here. Pretty big one right there. This one just has one little spot right there, and then it's ready. So I'll go through the rest and show you if there's any done, just like always. Okay guys, we had a few little pieces done. I'll show you some of these. This one's probably my favorite. This little guy is cool. This one's really cool. So, just gonna reload. Thanks. Okay, doing our check on Crazy Lace. I think this. I'm gonna move this one on as well. Finally. Man, this is a really, really cool rock. Same with this one, it's real close, but not quite there. This one has a long way to go, but is cool. So I'll come back at the end and show you any that were done. Otherwise, any others that were done. Otherwise, we're just going to reload. Okay, so we actually had a really productive batch this week. In fact, I've got 2 handfuls. So we'll show you what we have so far. This one's really cool. They're all really cool. I love this particular rock. Let's see, we already looked at this big one. Here's a small version of it. Love this piece. So let me get these put down and grab the other handful. Got a couple more of the dark pieces. This one I moved on, even though it has big crystal pockets. They go so deep into the rock that we would basically have nothing left if we went all the way. This one has a big deep pocket too. This one's really, really pretty. And then just a little guy. But that was by far our most productive cycle on this. That means we're getting close. I'll show you. Here's how much we have done with step 1. So we're going to keep going just a little bit longer, and then we're going to be ready for step 2 soon. So we're just going to reload and recheck in 3 more days. Alright guys, it's been 3 days on the agate. Alright, you guys each pick one out and we'll look at those ones.
Okay.
Pick one out you like, honey. That's your choice. Alright, we're going to look at this little tiny guy. And it is not quite ready yet. This one's got some issues on the back here, but it's not way far off. Pick one more.
Okay.
So this is one, I'm going to go a little longer, but I'm never going to get this one done because of those crystal pockets. I don't want to lose the cool designs on this side. But we're going to go maybe one more cycle.
This is my favorite.
Some more of our of black stuff. We've got one big issue here. I'm going to go just maybe one more cycle on this one as well. And the last one we'll look at is a small black piece. This one I think I'm going to move on. It's got holes here, but I don't want to lose those designs. It's really cool, so we're going to move that one on. Alright, we got a few little pieces done here. This one is really cool. It's not perfect. There's a couple little issues, but I didn't want to get it any smaller because I love the design. Same with this one. It's got some big crystal pockets. And this one's really plain. So, we're going to reload. We'll check back later. Alright guys, it's time to check up on our Crazy Lace Agate. So after the last checkup, I added the last of the rough that I had. And so we will be coming to a close here pretty quick with this batch. And everything that isn't done with stage 1 will just be put back in a box for the next time I do this kind. And then we'll have some that are a little ahead of the really rough. I don't know how many more cycles we're going to go, just until the barrel is too empty, I guess. So let's take a look at my favorite piece, and I am just going to run this right down to the end, and then move it on to step 2 when we have to, because it takes up a lot of room in the barrel, and we're still working out some things. But it's rounded enough and pretty enough. I'm never going to get rid of these big pockets. But it is such a cool rock. I'm really excited for that one. Let's see, I forgot to wash the bowl. I'm just eyeballing a few to look at here. That one's obviously not even close, but cool. This one's got a long way. This one is quite close, but not quite ready. Same here, we've got one bad issue on this side. This is going to be another one that's big enough, I'm just going to keep it going until the end. So, I'll go through the rest here off camera and show you any that were done afterward.
Yeah.
Alright, so we only had one little piece done. So I'll show you just real quick again. Just the home stretch, here's everything we have done. Not a huge batch, but quite a bit. I'm going to run at least one. It's probably going to be more like 2 or 3 more cycles, just because some of those have quite a ways to go. I'd like to get a couple more big ones done. So we're going to recheck in 3 days. Okay guys, it's been 4 days on our Crazy Lace. If you remember right from last time, we've used up all of our rough and we're just trying to finish off a few pieces. And so I actually added a few random rocks in here that are not related to this particular job, but they just fill up space and they're starting to grind down. So that's why there's going to be some randoms in here, but they probably won't go on to step 2 with these other rocks. All right. These 3 big ones are the ones that I added. Let's take a look at some of our Crazy Lace. Piece is really close, but still not quite done. So we probably are going to run another cycle because that's one of the ones I really want to be done. This one I'm for sure just going to keep running until we're done. And then when I decide to move on to stage 2, this is going to move on, regardless of where it's at. This piece has this one edge that's really cool. And then this side is never going to get perfectly smooth. That one's still got a ways to go. So yeah, we're not, I mean, just like always, this is a slow rock. But there's a couple more I want to get done before we move on, so I'm going to run at least one more cycle. So I'll show you any that were done, if there are any that are done. Otherwise, we're going to reload for 3 more days. Okay, time to check up on our Crazy Lace. Alright, that piece immediately caught my eye as being really cool. I am going to keep it going at least one more time, but it's close. That one's close. I'm just going to move it on as soon as we're done. But all the ones I was wondering about look like they're probably not quite ready. So I'm going to go through off camera and see if any were done and come back and show you. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep this batch running with the random ones I've added for another 3 days. Okay guys, it's been 3 more days on our Crazy Lace. Today could be the last round. We're just going to see if a few pieces are done. That piece is highly unlikely to be moving on until the next time I do Crazy Lace. This one looks pretty close. And it is close, but it's not perfect. We got some issues right there. So we'll keep it going. I'll check the rest off camera here and show you any that were done or if we're going to move on. Okay, there were none quite done this time. So we're going to reload probably for one more time. I think I probably even said that before, but at least one more time. Okay, time for a 3-day checkup. Possibly the last one. All right. Let's take a look here. This is the one that's going to move on regardless when we're ready to move on. I'm going to set it aside. Here's some just to look at of petrified wood. They will not be going on with this batch, but they're just running as filler, basically. Here's a Crazy Lace piece that's not ready. So I'm going to go through, check a few of the major pieces that I want done, and we'll see if we're going to move on. Okay guys, we are going to move on to step 2 officially. So I'm just going to show you the ones that weren't ever 100%. But we're moving them on anyway to the next round. Obviously our big piece. And the reason we're doing this is because I'm out of rough. So you gotta either save them for the next batch or move some on. This part is never gonna get worked out of this particular rock. So we're gonna move it on. And I am gonna clean each of these better before, but just wanted to show you while they're wet. I don't remember what these two are called. They're not Mexican lace agate. They're some other kind of lace, which I don't see much lace anymore. But they're just as hard, so we're going to move them on to stage 2 and run them with this batch. This one's kind of interesting. And then this one here has some cool banding. So, let me show you how much we've got. So this is everything we did. We are going to move over to the vibratory tumbler for step 2. Okay guys, we are ready to move our Crazy Lace Agate onto stage 2 in the vibratory tumbler. So I'm just going to pour all the batch out here. Just kind of spread them out evenly. We're not even close to full in the barrel, and so we're going to use a whole bunch of ceramic media. I like to run my vibratory tumbler so the bowl is completely full. Okay, so you can see we've got it almost completely full now. So I'm going to go fill this up with water and then pour all the water out to make sure everything is nice and wet to start with. We'll be right back. Okay, so now everything's nice and wet. We're going to load up the barrel here onto the tumbler. If you want to know more specifics on my process with this tumbler, you can go ahead and I have a whole video on it. So I'm going to run this just for a minute just to make sure everything's moving like it's supposed to. Make sure the rocks mix in with the ceramic media. Let me adjust the camera here, sorry. So we've got really good movement. And so I'm going to add 2 scoops of 220 silicon carbide grit. 2 scoops is 2 tablespoons. I have a special spoon just for this grit so we don't get any mixed up. And then we're just going to put our lid on tight. And start it and just make sure everything looks like it's moving good still. It's all moving good, great in there. So I'm going to be checking this every 12 hours. A lot of times I'll have to add more water. So we'll check back here in 12 hours. We're probably going to run this cycle for 3 days, maybe 2 days, we'll see. Okay guys, I've got the rocks all cleaned off after stage 2. Everything feels and looks really nice and smooth. And we are ready to load up stage 3. So I've already got the rocks wet and poured the water out. So we're ready to just load up the stuff. So in this case, I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of borax. And then I'm going to do probably 1.5 tablespoons of 500, maybe 2 tablespoons of 500 silicon carbide. Okay, so I'm just going to run it for a second and make sure everything mixes. Everything looks perfect, so we're just going to put the lid on, run for 2 more days, checking every 12 hours to possibly add water. I did have to add a little bit during step 2, so we'll check back later. Okay guys, we are ready to move on to our final polish stage. Just wanted to show you how we have a nice thick slurry here, show you how she was still moving. And I did not have to add any water throughout our 2 days, which is not very common. Have not had to add much water to this batch of rocks at all. But we're just going to add a little bit of dish soap here to clean. Add a little bit more water and then run it for half hour or so to clean the rock. That'll just make the rocks easier to clean. And then we're going to put them in the sonic cleaner before we go to polish. Okay, so we are out of the sonic cleaner, getting ready to go into our polish stage. You can also just run a borax clean in the tumbler. I like, with hard rocks like these, the sonic cleaner, because if you see, even in these ones with tons of little crevices, it gets almost all of the polish out. There's still a little tiny bit, or all of the grit, excuse me, not polish. But everything is looking really good. Very nice and smooth. Got a little bit of shine, but nothing like mirror shine yet, nothing crazy. But everything feels perfectly smooth to the touch. It's looking really good. So we're gonna head out and load the tumbler for the final polish. Okay, so we've got the barrel put on. So we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of borax, just like with the 500 stage. I have already got all the rocks and the ceramics wet that are in there. You have to do that before you put the polish in. And then we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of aluminum oxide polish. And then I'm just gonna start this like usual and just make sure everything's moving okay. Looks like it's going to be perfect, so we are just going to run this like always. This one's probably going to be for 3 days, and then checking every 12 hours to see if we need to add water. So we'll check back then. Okay guys, so we finished up our final polish stage. Ran these through a real good cycle with some borax and some dish soap in the sonic cleaner and dried them off. And we have a very successful batch. The shine is excellent. So let's take a look at a few favorites here. Actually, we'll look at a lot of them. But I really, really like these this dark black material. I've never seen anything quite like it. As you can see by my hands, we are bone dry. Just really cool stuff. Here was the one that was in there for a long time in the beginning. Just crazy how complicated this stuff is. How intricate. Got a few little crystal pockets. Just different on every side. There's our other big piece that was in there forever. Really, really, really cool. I love this piece. Still has the huge pockets, which I'm fine with. I'd love it to be perfectly smooth, but with this part it was never going to happen. We would have lost a lot of this pretty stuff to go much smaller. I think some of these reds are so cool. Just love that, and it's a pretty good sized piece, as you can see. Another black one. Nothing on this side. Then you get over here. Just a cool design. This one turned out really neat with some cool color. Definitely one of the most annoying rocks to work with that I've done, but the end results are just some really cool stuff. Just so pretty, the designs and the colors. Another big one. I'm not sure. Sorry, let me clean this one. It's got my kids went through these and they're all covered in fingerprints. I could see them here as I spin it. So I was told that this is 1970s rough, this particular kind. I've never seen more like it. Another one here, sorry. I don't know if someone can verify if that's true, but I really like the end result here. Here's more of a classic piece with some big pockets. Another one again with the pockets. Thought this one had some really cool coloring in it. It's got like some pinks. Love this one. I'm probably gonna say that about a bunch, but there's a bunch I really like how they turned out. Try and show you how much shine we have here with some light. Excuse me. This is one of my favorite pieces by far. You got this side, looks terrible. Then you come over here and you got these really cool eyes. Just really cool piece here. It might be my favorite one. I don't know why, but I love that orange. Some more of the black. Got some more color in this one though. That side is really cool. My eyes always go right to these black ones, so there's only a couple of them left. But sorry, we're getting more fingerprints there. Hold on one second. There we go. You can see just a really good polish. Really happy with the actual tumbling polish, the quality of the polish here. These were some random other ones we put in that were not Crazy Lace Agate, but still thought they turned out really cool. Must be humid in here because I'm getting some more almost condensation on these. That one really didn't turn out great, but it wasn't a good piece to begin with. Yeah, it is condensation. Must be a really humid day. I'm doing this in my garage where I don't normally do this step. And it is raining, so go figure. Another really intricate piece. Another one of my favorites. Just had some really good color on this side. Nothing real spectacular on that one. pretty yellows here. Really cool on that side. This side is just okay, but that one's real cool. So these particular pieces that look like this, they were also part of the batch that they called 1970s. Man, it is really humid in here. Getting moisture on there. But I'm really happy with everything I got from that particular batch of rough. This piece I thought was really cool with the pinks. This one was interesting. It's got kind of a bacon look to it almost. Sorry again. I'm not going to show every single piece, but just ones that do keep standing out to my eye here. Just to show some of the variety you can get here. I'm gonna keep wiping these. Really like this piece too. Has some interesting depth to it. Nothing special on this side, and then that's really cool. That one's unique. There we go. Really cool designs in that little piece. Let's pick a few more. I thought this one was cool, even though it has this huge pocket. It's just really pretty and intricate on the sides, especially that one. My hands. So that's probably about all I'm gonna show. Let's do two more little ones and then we'll be done. Kind of some peach in that one. Really cool for a little guy. So overall, it took a really long time. We got some really pretty, really cool stuff. That one's pretty neat. But it is not an easy material to work with. I guess it's not hard, it's just slow. It has lots of cracks and fractures and issues. But with a little patience, you can get some really fun results. Even the stuff I didn't stick out to me at first, I keep spotting things I like here. So thanks so much for watching. If you have anything you do different or that you liked or enjoyed or a favorite piece, I would love to hear. And thanks so much for watching. I'll do one more. Thanks so much.